Hey guys, Danny here. I'm still doing my research. Um, I just showed you those. I just showed you some footprints. These hybrids, they went on down the canyon down here. This is one of the other areas that they come up, but they live down in that canyon somewhere. And for years, me and Garland, we combed this area for miles and miles. They're hard to find. We haven't found a dwelling of them yet. Anyway, now I'm probably about 50 feet, 50 to 60 feet from where I found the footprints. Now check this out. They came up here, and off this tree, off this dead fallen pine tree, you see where it starts right here. You can see right here where the branches broke. See that?
Uh-huh.
So they took the branch from here, you see this, and they drug it. And they drug it down here. Be careful there, bud. And they drug it down here. Careful. I think you can just still go any further. I watch you fall. And right here, and there's the branch. Can you see the branch? Mm-hmm. Right there? There you go. Okay. I think what they were trying to do, guys, I think that they might be constructing something down there, or they might be making some markers. It's one of the two, but they drug it down here. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead, since I'm here. Hey, look it. I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. I usually say, all the holidays, but I missed you that time, so I hope you did anyway. I did. So anyway, okay guys, here's something. I wanted to say something real quick. For the last couple of years, I've been doing some really extensive research on, especially all the night research I've conducted throughout the years. And there was always there's a big subject on the nighttime, and what has to do with why Sasquatch is so nocturnal. Okay. Well, the couple years of good hard research, and I finally came up with a conclusion on that, and I got an answer for you, and I'm going to tell you right now how and why they got such super hyper nocturnalism. Okay, now let's start off with this. You all know that even as human beings, we're nocturnal animals too. Okay. Now I know some people get upset when I say, well, you compare a human with an animal. Well, guess what? I'm sorry, but that's just a biological fact. I mean, anything is warm-blooded, breathes air, got lungs, got hair, you're a mammal. It's an animal. Anyway, let's get over that. Anyway, but see, the problem is, with human beings, we're not born. When we enter this world out of birth, we're not born into darkness. Okay. So, and what happens is after birth, whether you're a human or animal, there's something special that occurs, and it's called a combination of biology and evolving. Okay. And in this case, what I'm talking about is the eyes. All right. Now, Why is it that humans, we have excellent eyesight in the daytime? That's because the majority of us as human species we're born on the surface usually, see, and usually around sunlight, okay? So by the time of birth, and say as a human being, by the time the eyes, how would you put it, they start evolving. And what happens, biology and the evolving process kicks in. So what happens with a human being, their eyes become adjusted and they focus in on the light, okay? And then what happens is then we go through a biological evolving type situation when we adjust our eyes into the dark. And I'm talking as human beings, okay? Now, with these hybrids, it's the same principle, except there's a little bit difference here. And I'm going to explain to you what it is. Now, throughout the years, there's been a lot of researchers and others that there's a lot of debate that goes on about why they're nocturnal and what they actually use that special nocturnalism for, okay? Some say for good things, some say bad things, some just don't know. They make their own assumptions and whatever. Now, here is probably what happens. Now, I've explained it to you before, and even if I took you back 400,000 years ago, it's going to be the same, okay? I've been saying it for years. These hybrids live under the ground. And what I mean by under the ground, I don't mean your common cave and such, okay? What I'm talking about is subterranean, solution caves, okay? If any of you out there has ever been, say, inside of a mountain, say like, I did a previous video not too long ago, I think it was during the summer, where I went into a crystal solution cave, which is also full of gold, and they mine it, okay? But it's been abandoned for over 100-something years. Now, when we went inside there, here's what you get. When we turned the flashlights off, this is when we were about pretty close to 200 feet inside the mountain. You turn the flashlights off, because it's the only light you have. You can't see shit, man. I mean, it's pitch black. You can't see your hand at this. Now, and my eyesight is above average of an average human being, and the only reason is because I was professionally trained in the military. And when I took that course, that was specifically on night fighting, night combat, okay? And that's where they train you on a professional level to refocus, readjust your eyes to the dark, where you can be a formidable soldier in night combat, okay? Follow me? Okay. Now, with these guys, this is what happened. Because of the fact that they live under the ground in such these places, the majority of the birth they give is inside these places. So what do you have? Pitch darkness. So they're born into the dark. Once their eyes develop and start going into a state of development, what happens? Biology and evolving steps in. So what happens is the eye evolves where it now can see in the dark. I mean in pitch darkness. They could see, like basically almost we could see in the daytime as humans. Now, what happens? Well, as they're growing, well, then their eyes are evolving, okay? So with the concoction of the biological factor and the evolving factor, now what happens, these guys could see in the dark. I mean, I'm telling you, they could see. And that's what I've always told people, if you have to find these solution caves, and there's a lot of funnels and all kinds of tunnels and ways that travel in these, right? And I'm telling you, if you don't have light, there's no use in going in there. And if you went inside and say if you chased one of these guys in or tracked them in there, I'm telling you, once they're in there, Forget about it. You ain't going to catch up to that guy so dark in there. He's gone, man. He's gone with the wind. It's just that simple. So, and then what happens? Well, now they can travel in and out of these subterranean caves with ease. That's how they evade us so much. They go pop in there, they go under the ground, they're gone, man. Now, what happens with the daylight? Well, what happens, they get introduced to the daylight. Okay, and then what happens? Of course, the eyes evolve to adjust to the daylight. Now, what do you got? You have a living entity that has night vision like no other. And not only that, he's got day vision like no other. Now, one of the big questions, do they use it strictly as an apex predator? The answer to that one is, of course they do. But do they use it in the wrong manner? In other words, to become violent, aggressive. In my own experiences, and I have probably done more night research probably than most others ever have, to be quite honest. I find, you know, most of them really don't like going wandering around the forest in the dark, you know, because it's a whole new element. And I don't blame them, because it is a whole new element. But anyway, in my own personal experiences, in my own personal interactions with these hybrids, I have never had ever any one of them ever come on to me in an aggressive or a violent manner at night. We have been surrounded by them before, where they want to kind of like this rattle your cage, scare the hell out of you a little bit. That's about it. But these guys, I know these guys up here, but they like playing a lot of mind games. They mess with your head really good. Anyway, so that is my conclusion on my research of why they're so nocturnal. I don't think anybody really thought about that, of them being born in the dark. Oh, come on, bud, what are you doing? You better lay off that pipe you're smoking, pal. I got the cameraman up here, so he's running around. He's playing with all these magic mushrooms up here. Now he's laughing. Goddamn high SOB. Hey, we have fun, guys. I mean, come on. Hey, look, I'm going to tell you what. It was so nice getting out of the frickin' valley and coming up here. You know, this up here is so beautiful. The air is so fresh and clean. So crisp. And most importantly, no human beings. I like that. No, seriously, folks, you know, I was so excited about getting out of the valley. And, you know, and for one big major reason. I hate never, ever in my whole entire life, okay? And I've been all the way around the world, and I've been in a lot of countries. Never, ever my whole entire life have I ever seen such a humongous flock of sheep in my frickin' life. I think you all know what I'm talking about. So, under that note, I'm glad I'm up here, and I feel bad that you guys are down there. Oh, well, hey, you know what? It is what it is. So, look, you guys take care, and hopefully I should have another video up before Christmas, okay? Because I have finally deployed my camera, and that's what I was down here for, too. And I'll be back to check on that in a couple days to a week. And I will catch you then, and we'll see if we catch anything on there. So, for me and my cameraman, before he falls off this ridge right here, I'm gonna let you guys go. So hey, you guys take care. Hope you like these videos. You know me, I gotta go. Goodbye.